just kind of going like, she has like stacks of like papers and she has like books and she's kicked everybody out of the bar and she is trying to like, she's like, what am I gonna, so territory, wait, where's that lease at? Oh God, where's that lease?
He's primogen.
And then you see like whatever come in. She's like, I found the lease. He's like, oh yeah, just stick it right there. Just stick it right there. And then she's just like, oh God, in the prison. Oh God, I need to figure out what to do with the prison. And she's just like a mess. She's just like, her hair is not as shiny. Like the flowers are pretty much just, they're kind of self-sufficient because of the treatment that they've been given, but like her whole demeanor has just kind of flipped on its side.
I am drinking a beer.
Okay.
Enjoying the view.
So what are you doing now?
I'm the Primogen!
Oh yeah, that.
And you?
Oh yeah, I need to call Wyatt.
Hey, you just like, you just set the beer down. You just set the beer down. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call Wyatt.
Yeah, I open the mirror.
Okay. He's like, what? This isn't like a cell phone. You could use a cell phone.
You wanted me to.
What?
You're crazy and the plan's not gonna work. There. I said it. Look, you're talking about the slaughter of 2 clans also, all for your princedom. That's a fucking no-go for me. I was all with you up until that point. If you want to do it that way, count me out.
Locke and Archibald are the problem. If Locke goes, who do you think is going to be in charge next?
Wyatt.
If you want princedom, that sounds like your problem.
The correct answer
I'm not going for the
would have
seat.
been Reggie.
You are. If you want the seat that badly,
I don't want the seat.
After.
I don't want this. We need this.
Hey, you asked me to call you to tell you you're crazy. So I did.
Okay. Thank you.
You're fucking crazy.
Just keep
Bad
going.
shit.
Keep going. It's just like you are just off the handle, balls to the wall, nuts. You are like restraining Jack. No, it's just...
How's Joy taking all this?
Yeah, she's Primogen now.
I know she's Primogen.
She's freaking out.
I'm sending Laura with the rest of the paperwork she demanded.
Laura?
The old lady, the waitress.
Oh, right. Haven't heard that in a long time.
She used the word demanded.
He's not used to it.
I'm adjusting.
She must be serious then.
I'm adjusting.
Yeah. Well, when she says something like that, you know you have to do it.
I'm adjusting.
Yeah. Anyway, I called to say you're a fucking psycho.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gave Fraser Park to China.
Is that wise? He's a pussy.
Yes, but that place...
I mean, he can be his ultimate hermit, but...
That place was supposed to be designed for great works. And there was only one good thing that ever came out of that place. And that was you.
Aww. Man after my own heart.
But other than that, there have been a couple of atrocities that have happened there.
Oh yeah, I was told.
But I was different back then. Thomas didn't know what he was in store for. Anyways, I don't like going down memory lane. I find it very obnoxious when vampires reminisce about the old times. So hopefully I'm not there yet. So be good, be safe.
When is she showing up?
I sent her right at twilight, so she should be down there pretty soon.
All right, we'll be expecting.
He
click
the mist, the image fades from the mirror.
Grab my beer. Laura's coming by.
Oh, thank God. I just need to figure out how to assess all this. The Tremere had a lot of stakes, thanks to Thomas and Wyatt's previous arrangement with Wyatt, or with Locke. But I mean, I gotta present all this territory to Archibald, and you know, Archibald's a monster.
Yeah, about him. Just out of curiosity. If all your magic is based on sex, how did you do the wards in Archibald's place?
Oh.
It's not all based on sex.
Oh, alright.
It's just a lot of the... God, how do I have to explain it to you, dumbass? So... You know, the goddess, there are three aspects of the goddess. There's the body, the mind, and the soul. Right?
Nah.
You know, a lot of the magic that deals with community and trust, that's the more intimate stuff that I perform. Warding is about protection, about the body. It's about preserving impurity. So I had to gather a bunch of herbs, and I had to, you know, sacrifice a lot of lamb, because, you know, they're an innocent creature, and, you know, that sort of stuff. And I have a few connections to give me some rare stuff down in Los Angeles. Although it's really tough because with their whole, there's like, magic is, it's like a black market down there. I mean, you could either go to the Camarilla, which are owned by Strauss and his Black Rabbits, or you can go to the Anarchs, which is the Wicked Sisters, and they have a really strong affiliation with like a gang of bikers that go by the name of the Valkyrie, which they have some crazy pagan gangrel magic with them. It's weird, but like I have a lot of connections. It's just that it's hard to explain it to you, dear. You have to understand the like will workings of, you know, thaumaturgy and blood magic and all that, which I don't think you have a fine grasp of understanding. I mean,
that hurts.
Just unmaking you and remaking you.
Hurts.
I mean, the whole how we fixed you is a miracle in itself. I just didn't think you could still turn into the big gargoyle thing, though. That was something I didn't take into account in my experimentation. But that could be a factor because the gangrel bloodline has always been a tenacious, malleable bloodline. And, you know, there have also been recent study, and she starts going on and 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 on. She's like, just explaining all the nuances of like.
I'm going through my phone. Mm-hmm. Got
Cut to
it.
an hour later, and then the only thing that's changed is there's now 10 beers next to deck.
So
Oh, right. Feed.
I've never thought about it like that.
never thought of it.
I
like
wish someone would teach me magic.
Well, you would have.
No magic.
I
It's
want blood
just-
sorcery.
I want blood sorcery.
Well, I would have been fine with abyssal mysticism, but the abyss changed, and now I don't have it anymore.
Has the abyss changed, or have you changed?
Well, either way, I don't have abyssal mysticism.
I don't know, dude. This has been the same for like millions
like,
and billions.
The last time I
Billions
checked, my
of years?
stat sheet doesn't say abyssal mysticism.
I can't get a sweet power where I could just cause a solar eclipse in an incredibly masquerade breaching move.
So
Explain.
we transition.
Not really, because it's localized to like a
Exactly.
50-mile radius.
Exactly. So it's just like, right.
So we transition over to Tony.
Yeah.
You're at your new property that you purchased. It's pretty bare bone. You know, all the way on the south. You said southwest side of. What did you
I
say
have
was
no
it?
idea.
I thought you said you were buying like a house, like property on the south side of town.
I don't remember. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I told you to make me a map, dude. I don't know where you hicks live. Just kidding.
Um.
I mean, but not.
Pinch poke, Yomia Coke. It's, I mean, in downtown, maybe south. I don't know. Can I build it near the airport in the south part of Bakersfield?
Yeah.
Because I have some plans for there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Drug smuggling, you know. I'm just kidding. About just kidding. But yeah, I'm just chilling in an empty fucking room. Hands on my waist, like, shit.
You see Morgan Freeman in the corner, kind of lean up against like the window. He's
So
like,
what do you think? And I'm just like, so what do you think, huh?
It's a
What do you think,
start.
B-boy?
It's a start. I mean, I can just give you what you need.
It's not fun if there's no stakes.
Oh, there's plenty of stakes. But
For you.
and King's kind of like, ow, like he doesn't sense anybody.
Yeah.
But then he immediately like starts to growl
Uh-oh.
as like Morgan Freeman's disappear, and then you see the each corner of the room. You see like ninja smoke, like.
I'm just like, fucking really? I gotta clean that shit.
And you see the four Nosferatu walk up, and you see Donatello walk up to you, and he's like, "You have been summoned, tainted one.
Could have called me, could have used the front fucking door. You
We
could have
don't
fucking used the
use
back door.
doors."
You want my cell phone number? I'm tired of seeing this smoke shit. Why'd you have to do it in here? And I'm just like,
Something you've been noticing is now that they don't have to act like Archibald 24/7, they're actually starting to like, you know, they're speaking English to you.
they're becoming a person, like
Yeah.
and their own entity.
Yeah, like their own entity.
I guess it started with the colors, right? All right, lead the way.
You see them all kind of walk out to the back, and you see you know, like some, you know, SUV, like a Range Rover SUV, and they're like, "Get in."
All right, I'll get in.
And then you see Betty, and she's in the car too. and she looks very gaunt, but not like she has like a dark macabre thing going where like she's wearing darker colors, like very sharp red lipstick, but she's not like trying to like do her hair. It's very like in a bun, very tight. Black dress, nothing too exorbitant. Exorbitant, yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
How do you do this evening?
Fine. I'm just clenching my jaw like this fucking bitch. Next to her. This fucking car ride. Should have just taken my fucking car. Gotta leave my cat. Replace it with another shittier cat.
Eat her.
So, I'm guessing you were summoned too.
Eat her.
Well, there's witnesses.
Consume her.
I've been summoned. I can't. I'm not allowed. I'm gonna activate. Can I activate Auspex? Sense the unseen?
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're just gonna sense the unseen?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many people am I seeing?
Well, I mean, there's like 4. I mean, they're not in obfuscate in the car.
Okay, so they're in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So where are we going?
And she grabs you by her hand and kind of clutches your hand. She's like, "We're going to meet the prince."
I'll pull my hand like, don't touch me.
What? I was in the same hellhole you were in.
Good for you.
At least Envy had the decency just to stake you and leave you down in the panic room. She made art out of my body.
And Drebidon made art out of my fucking mind.
Touché.
What's that fucking art form that's like holes and shit? I forget what it is. It's like a specific art form of like, is it pop art?
I think so. I know it's a postmodernism sort of art style.
He made fucking pop art of my brain.
What of your soul? Do you believe in such a thing?
So when are we getting there?
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. So tell me, what happened to Gabriella and Daniel?
I mean, Danny?
Danny, whatever.
You don't even know your clansmates. You don't even care.
That's rage coming from the Primogen.
Look, what do you want me to tell you? I was preoccupied.
I don't want you to tell me anything. How about that?
I let my vanity get in the way, and now I've paid the ultimate price. All right? And I have made a deal with the little devil.
I look at her like,
No, not that.
not
devil.
yeah. I was like, oh wait, no, not that one. Okay, I would have sensed it.
You would have sensed it?
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that.
Habit of doing
Anyways.
what?
Nothing. Let's just leave it at that. The less you know, the better.
So you get to on Truxton Extension. It's kind of like a business kind of roadway where there's a bunch of like tall buildings and not tall buildings. There's a bunch of like commercial buildings, and at the very end of Truxton Extension, there's like this water treatment plant with a man-made like water reservoir, and right across is the blood bank, and then the entryway to Locke's to Archibald's kind of meeting spot that he's had you guys meet at. You get there. This time you don't go through the sewer entrance. You go straight into the blood bank. And you're, guided down to, the main hallway. There's nobody here this late at night. It looks like it's, there's like janitorial staff and like security, but they don't seem to pay any attention. They don't seem to mind what's about to happen. And, all of the Nosferatu are plain Jane nobodies.
Oh, they're using their fucking. Yeah. I'm just background guy.
Yeah,
3.
I'm background guy 3, and they go to an elevator, and one of them pulls out like a key card, and they tap on it, and it goes down. And then you go into like a utilities, like maintenance, like section, and then that's when they open up a hole. And then you crawl down, and then you're in the sewer part where you see them type in a code, and you see this like concrete door kind of like open up, and then you see all the books and all the paperwork and stacks of like those commercial size like Tupperwares of like files and envelopes. And then you hear like some sort of jazz music playing in the background, like really old time jazz, like it's not even jazz, I would say.
Vaudeville.
It's like vaudeville, like. And then this is where you're kind of like, whoa. You see Danny and Gabriella dressed in like some sort of like BDMS like leather like outfits, and they're just kind of like doing that, like, Conan the Barbarian. They're just at the feet of, Archibald, and they're just kind of like lounging, and they just look like they have like a dead stare in their eyes, like they're going through the treatment. Archibald's treatment.
And they're just like, kill me.
No, they don't. They're like, they have like that sort of like
1,000-yard stare.
1,000-yard stare, but they're smiling. They're like in total like pleasure, and like they are just infatuated with with the Archibald, and he's like, hello.
Hello. It's nice to see you, Prince.
That'd be your grace.
Your grace. Sorry. Pick the aesthetic.
Oh, these two Tweety birds. I know, right? And he starts patting Danny on the head, and she's just like lovingly just like accepts it. And then like he like grabs her by the throat and picks her up and starts just like kissing her, and it's like this nasty like his face looks like he's just been beaten up. Like he's just gotten into the round.
He's just a face full of fucking scar tissue, basically.
Yeah, like beat up scar tissue.
Everything around the fucking like cheekbones is like puffed out.
Yeah.
Like,
and you just see his like long, nasty like tongue down her throat, and Betty's just kind of like, just turns away a little bit.
I'm like, to each their own. Whatever you're into, right?
And he's like, it's like honey. And then like he just kind of tosses her to the side, and she kind of falls over and knocks some books over, and then she just starts picking up the books and starts cleaning. Like she's just like deadpan stare, dude. Just like total, just completely just mind fuck.
I'm doing it. So, what's the situation? What's up?
Oh, he snaps his fingers. You see the Nosferatu bring like this chest over, and then like sits it down in front of you guys. He's like, So, as you may know, there's going to be a meeting soon between the Primogen Council, the elders, and myself. And there's been lots of rumors about a restructuring. And lots of pointed interests have been vying for control under my domain.
I think I've heard about it. I think Deck told me about it. Right? Yeah.
Since you are not the official representative and Betty is, I had to find you both. I found Betty a few days ago, and she and I have already discussed terms. But Clan Nosferatu is, if anything, supporting the Toreador's downfall. We want to rebuild you back up to your formal grace, as it were. That's why I've chosen to take these two Tweety birds under my wing.
I mean, I haven't really fallen from grace. I've just kind of plateaued. You know?
I don't think you plateaued. I think there's still room for growth.
No, I know that. I'm saying that I haven't really fallen from grace.
But Betty has. And you're struggling.
No.
But I need you to at my side.
Okay.
So I'm making a substantial donation to the Toreador relief cause. And then you see them open up like the chest, and it's just filled with like stacks of money, jewelry, like bonds, just like...
I have money.
Oh, I know you have money. But what you don't have is clout or class.
Subjective, but
He's got more class
I'll-
than Archie.
I'll take the jab. Like, okay, sure.
Is there literally any other kindred in Kern County that has less class than Archie?
You see, I'll admit that I'm just a too big gangster. Just an old boy from Birmingham that doesn't understand what it means to be part of the social structure, the social contract of things. But I've been around the block. I wandered the mean streets of London. I understand where the rich and the hidey-tidy and the hoity-toity types, how they work. And you two, Betty, being an outstanding figure here in Kern, and you with your co-founding of your prop and TV production. Maybe you can move into movies. Maybe you could move into something else that I can help grease the wheels to. You know, Reggie isn't the only person that can garner influence here.
You see, like I said, money isn't the issue here.
I know.
Money can be, made, lost.
He
It's all
snaps his
part of
fingers again. And you see a man that you haven't seen in a while. You've only seen him in your mind.
Oh my god, I know exactly who this is.
And he walks up and he's like, hello.
And I'm just like,
Hello. Hello, Tony.
have we met before?
Yes. When I was observing the ghosts underneath the
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I just tend to. I don't want to, be an ass, but I've tried to forget a lot of things, and scratching at the walls, doesn't end very well.
I know. I tried to protect your mind once.
Thanks. I remember that. Well, it still wasn't exactly a perfect solution.
Nothing is really perfect when it comes to us. So, I hear you're a fan of
Jewelry.
geodes. Precious stones.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you say it like that?
Because that's what it is. That's what they are. They're geodes.
I'm immediately going like, this guy's such a fucking nerd. Like, what a nerd. So yeah, I like. Rumor has it.
I heard that is that's your vanity.
You are correct. So yeah, like I
I
said,
can get you in on the trade. I can get you connections to the, African Diamond Exchange. I can fill out all the paperwork for that for you, as well as hook you up with. Well, he wouldn't say hook up. I would have you get connected with the Fairmount District Diamond Exchange in Los Angeles.
in exchange for what? I'm support for Archie.
Archibald. Because I'm known Locke and Arthur and this piece of shit scum that we see here. Your Grace, piece of shit scum. You're His Grace, piece of shit scum. But the one thing that I know is that Locke can't help himself. He is planning something.
Then true planning something I never would have guessed.
And so, at least Archibald, I can stomach. Because he's about as sinister as a bad pulp novel. Ah, you're too kind. You're too kind. But what the Ventru are capable of doing, I mean, they ruled the world at one point.
Yeah.
And they will continue to try to rule the world.
This is like irritating me because it's like I want something else besides this. Like I can get the diamonds, I can get the fucking like.
Is there something?
Status, okay? I want to mean something in this fucking court and not just be like a shit show of a fucking like. No offense, but my Primogen hasn't exactly been a.
Well, you have status. You're the deputy. You want something more?
That got me so far.
Fine. I'll give you something that I hold personally dear, and I will hold you accountable Mr. Montero. If you do not perform,
I love the ring of that.
I will hold you accountable for this, because I held this status for quite some time. So you better at least exceed or meet my expectations.
Of course. I'm here for it.
Fine. And as of today, you are the harpy of my court. A position I held for quite some time.
That's the guy that keeps track of all the...
Yeah, and you have to spread rumors and gossip, and you have to keep us all distracted. You have to...
I love that. Here's this prestigious position. What does it do again?
No, I just vaguely remember.
And as a token of goodwill and gesture, because I held him in such great esteem when I was the harpy, you have access to the fingers.
The fingers. I mean...
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Nosferatu.
I was trying to think of like Teenage Mutant Nosferatu. Is it TMNF? I don't know. Alright. Deal. I'll shake on it. Why does it do that? I'll just shake his fucking hand like, when I let go, I'm like, I probably would have done it for free, to be honest. And just walk away.
And then
All right.
It's like, you see one of the Nosferatu are you, and they're like, isn't this funny?
What?
No, they're disguised as you.
Alright.
This isn't the first time someone pretended to be you, right? They all start laughing like you.
That's not
Huh.
creepy.
Ugh. You guys are creepy.
And then they all...
I'm just like fucking... Can you make them... Could you please ask them to stop doing that? Just use the fucking door.
They're ninjas. I can't tell them what to do.
What? What? You're the... I thought that was your whole thing, that you tell everybody what to do.
I mean, yeah, I could tell them. But that would be like telling a dog not to wag his tail.
That's not at all the same thing.
That's actually what ninjas do, right? In the flicks? They throw down smoke to vanish.
The movies? What are you talking about?
Yeah, the
They
flicks.
just make a fucking mess with their smoke and shit. They made a mess in my...
Thomas
Calm
is
down.
like, Thomas is actually, the Orientals don't use smoke. They, never mind. I'm not even gonna get into it.
Anyways... Are we done here? Or is
Well-
there something else you needed of me and...
So you have my support then?
Or do I have yours? Yes.
Yes.
You do.
Excellent. Betty here, until we get all this liquidated and put in specific trusts, Betty's going to be staying with me.
Fantastic. I'm just like...
All right. Move along. You might want to pick up the records from Amelia.
Right. So that
Mhm.
that it.
That's
Should I
it.
get in contact with Thomas about the
Yep.
connect?
Mm-hmm.
So will you call me, or how do you Tremere do it?
Well, officially, this isn't a Tremere thing. This is a me thing. I have to report to my Primogen soon, but I'm hoping we get all this taken care of before I have to show face with my Primogen. So
Who's that?
I believe Joy is the new Primogen of the Tremere.
Just like fucking random, but all right. It's not my problem.
I know.
Like,
It's my problem.
so, au revoir. And I just walk out. I'm
Mhm.
like, fucking smells like shit in there. And out here, it's in the fucking sewers.
Actually, it smells like paper, like dried. You know, like have you been in like?
It smells bad. I don't care. It doesn't smell good, so it smells bad. There's no gray area.
Okay. We pan over to the Bakersfield Art Museum as you see Stuart playing the video back for you over and over and over and over to you, Reggie, being like, so, and he's like kind of reviewing over, like he's telling you who's who. Okay, so that we think is Pride. So he's hunting after Envy. Rewinds. You're gonna have to talk to Havek about this guy who can sing the souls out of people. I don't know. He was a weird kid. They called them. They were enemies of the sect. Actually, they were like Naga something, but they're like flesh eaters. So
Nagaraja?
yeah,
The like Indian demon things?
yeah.
Great. Are they like Ravnos?
No, man, I haven't seen a Ravenous in a long time, but I mean they're like kissing cousins, I think.
Okay.
Same area, same
But necromancers instead of...
illusionists. I mean that's Envy, of course, but you don't see like them. They didn't wake up the thing. You just see them move it onto a transport, and it's like, and that little old lady, she ain't a little old lady, man. She's dangerous. She killed 2 bishops before her to become archbishop. And she's I mean, even when the Sabbat was up and kicking, yeah, she was volatile. Her ideology is it's like half church, half militant, which is like the perfect what the Sabbat want out of their members. Someone who's blindly devoted to something, but also can follow the rules. So she was a perfect candidate for Envy to kind of fall in line. She has cartel connections, and I mean like the dangerous ones, not like the homegrown brew ones here in the United States. I mean like Chapo and MS-13 and all the ones.
Might those have been severed now that the Camarilla's taken over those territories?
Taken over, but I mean, she was ingrained in those. I mean, there's a what's her name? There was somebody. He's like typing on a computer. There was a person of interest. That's who. Forenza. Forenza's like a high-hitting Ventru that is trying to break in right now. You might want to like check in on your clan about that. She conquered Mexico.
Yeah. I know who Forenza is.
You do? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Where were you at when we were at war with the Cam?
Vegas.
No, we didn't mess with Vegas because the Seti Giovanni alliance was, you know.
Vegas was the shadow war between us and everybody else.
Yeah. It wasn't a really big priority of the Sabbat. I mean, we had troops there, but you know, we weren't gonna make a dent with the Seti alliance or the Seti Giovanni alliance.
You forget the Assamites were there too. Hunting.
From what I remember, I thought the Assamites were just on everybody's payroll.
Well, yeah, but that made them a tough faction.
So,
I mean, you never knew if your personal bodyguard was going to get paid more to kill you, you know, tomorrow.
So what now, Reggie? I mean, it's gone cold.
We need to give hold of Pride.
Well,
I doubt he can take all those people on his own.
He'll believe he can. And then he'll be put in a corner. But I've never seen Pride in a corner before.
What does Pride believe in?
Pride believes in revenge.
Good. Then tell him it's personal. And we'd like to help.
Well, he only confided with Deck. As far as... But I think he was trying to use Deck to get into the Tremere so that he can murder the Tremere.
Understandable.
Now that Deck is normal, quote unquote. I mean, he did use his body, I guess, and communicate. Like, what did he tell you? What did Pride tell you?
Just some history. About his clan, about the region, about the thing bound to the region. Nothing about the Sabbat.
Nothing about the Sabbat. I mean, like I said, at this point, it's tough to, like, we got duped. We got bamboozled by the envy. You killed Davinia, which, bravo. You did something the Sabbat couldn't do. He pulls up on another monitor. He's like, when I was listening on your guys' conversations about the Setites, I've been doing a bunch of, you know, acquisition, locating, you know, see if any new stakes have been pulled up with the ministry. Nothing really in particular. They are trying to do a lot of civil suits against the sheriffs. So that's something that's been keeping the sheriffs distracted. But I think we need to... I don't know. I don't play politics. I'm just a homebrew terrorist.
I was going to say, the Setites' God thing is dead. So they need something else.
So what, you think
I think it would be pretty natural for them to go
over to
worship Trebadon.
Well, he pulls up. He connects to one of his networks. So, and he, you know, hits enter, and like he pulls up all the files that he had on. So, our plan was that we were going to infiltrate the Setite cult, but that kind of blew up in our face. Apparently, the Austin Childress, he has a huge following of snakes, and so we sent the pack in to see if they can test the waters and see. So you're gonna have to ask Cooper on how that went out, how all that went down. But then we just started making. Then the Anarchs started showing up, and then that's when everything went to shit. So we didn't really make a dent with the Setites at all. We didn't even touch you guys. We couldn't even get a dent. There's too much distraction.
Feels that way now too.
What? That we're just peeling off layer and layer and just getting
Trying to get to this thing, but can't because it's put everything in the way.
Well, I mean, if it were me, you know what I'm saying? I would pull every possible lunatic, buy up, all the fertilizer I can, and just start blowing up major buildings. But that's a major Masquerade breach right now. And turn this
We
place.
gotta keep BPDF contacts with Second Inquisition. They're probably not alone.
So what? I mean, look. I mean, okay. I can't say I respect the cam. I think the cam works. The cam is working way too slow. We can't.
It's because they've got one coterie working, and everybody else is playing politics while throwing problems at us to keep us distracted.
See, that's the one thing I miss about the spot. Once you drank the cup, man, everybody was all in or all out.
Really got to stop saying that.
It was a really helpful ritual. Just like really helpful. Like, you guys should consider the whole cane thing.
I mean, the greatest strength is your guys' weaknesses too. And I'm just here as, as an official probationary sect member. I'm just pointing out what makes the walls of Jericho, of the Camarilla, strong is what's keeping us from making a dent into Drebadon. But since you have pull with Locke, he's the one that built the walls of Jericho. Maybe he can open some pathways. I don't know.
I think it's time to tear them down.
What, you can go Anarch Free State on this? You gonna just join the cause?
No, I'm talking about the walls Locke built.
Well, good luck with that.
The mortal servants, the hidden retainers, finances. I've got all their information. Maybe it's time to start pulling them apart. I mean, they think Drebadon's empowering them. But is he giving them the same kind of social protection Locke could?
Probably not.
Can we start ripping apart at the base of their power? I mean, we can't take the sheriffs because they're invested, but the BPD already hate them. We can go after resources, connections, contacts.
Well, start making phone calls. Give me a list. Give me names. I'm gonna need, we need more people at this. It can't just be you and me. You gotta bring in Cooper. You gotta bring in Tony. It's gotta be
Coterie.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a pack thing,
Yeah, the problem is every time we get together, somebody high up in the cam throws a problem at us.
Well, look, what's on our plate right now? The envy thing's gone. That's beyond our control. You got rid of Divinia. The drugs are gone. The plants ostensibly are not in control of anyone, right? I mean, if the Havek decide to turn coat on us and start using the plants to mass embrace,
They won't. Andre's whole philosophy is against making more, I think.
and then we got the Banu Hakim. They're still kind of shadowing, but Perry's on your side, right?
Yeah. I think Rose is too, although if Ferris comes out openly against us, they'll side with him out of loyalty. So he's the key.
But I think Ferris is only with Archibald because he doesn't want his boy toy Theo being destroyed, even though he's fucking fallen to Drepidon. Clearly.
Yeah, if we can get Theo, we can get Ferris.
Okay, but that's a Drepidon thing we can't do. But I like where you're heading. I like where your mind's at, Reggie.
No, I mean, we don't have to kill Theo, and we don't have to fix Theo. If we can stake Theo and hold him, we can get Ferris.
Okay.
We mostly have the Gangrel if we can get Luna, his two boys, back in some form, but that's going to put me at odds with Betty. But I think Archie's going to make a play for Betty anyway.
Is Betty even a player at this point?
No. Except she's still going to be the Primogen, so she still gets a say, and she's got to be turning to somebody to become a player again, and it hasn't been me.
Why is that, you think? You think she felt betrayed by him?
Maybe. I think maybe Archibald has her to quote-unquote child her. I don't know why. Maybe she doesn't like Locke and thinks I'm in bed with Locke.
No, I don't like Locke.
Maybe she thinks Archibald's more manipulative or more easily manipulated, which is probably true.
Alright, but have you uploaded the names? I can start working on building profiles up so we can start tearing down. Like you said, Drepidon's not going to protect our bank accounts. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Does demon magic infect computers? Oh god.
Doubt it.
He's kind of just starts staring coldly. He's like, I'm gonna have to come up with a program that can fight against demon magic. Is that even a thing? I've heard about blood sorcery affecting technology, but oh god.
Really, blood sorcery can affect technology?
Yeah, it's an anarch thing. It's really,
so it's not part of the Tremere at large?
Mm-mm. It's super rare. Only like a handful of Tremere anarchs know it.
I got people who owe me favors.
Okay. Are you talking about Gideon?
Yeah.
Because when you say favors and not boons, I get confused.
Boons are a cam thing. Favors go beyond the cam.
Right. So, I'll start building up a profile. I'll see. Obviously, he hits the enter button. You see Chad's photo. I mean, this kid's well connected. It's gonna be hard. His
parents are well connected.
I mean, he's the face of all of it. If he really controls any of it, that's one thing.
His mom.
She's deceased.
No, she ain't.
You got like a picture? You got something? You got any proof?
Yeah, I'll give him the picture from my security cameras.
And he's like, yikes, what the hell happened to her?
I lit her on fire.
Well, she looks like it. Oh, man. He scans the image. Starts making a profile. So...
Also, every sheriff, we just assume they're all part of it.
Okay.
Even if they're not, they're letting the corruption happen.
Yeah. And
if we target the sheriffs as a whole instead of specifically targeting cult members, people will think we're connected to faith in action. Or action in whatever it's called.
Action and faith. Yeah.
Action and faith.
So, I'll get to it then. But you need to bring Coterie in and let him know right now.
That's the plan.
He hits the enter button, you all get a mass text. Head to the Bakersfield Art Museum, Coterie.
All right.
Is the Haven completed yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, just have them meet at the Haven.
Oh, meet at the New Haven? Okay. Omit New Haven. Sends instructions. And then you get a reply text. This is the new new meeting spot. New location.
A church.
No, you don't even go to the church. You have to go to a parking garage, down an elevator that doesn't have a button to go down. You have to know the right buttons to hit to go down. Then you walk through the sewers.
More fucking sewers. I hate sewers.
And I'm guessing those sewers are in Han Yun's territory.
No, they're in my territory.
So,
Oh, Jesus. All right.
Evan, you're gathering all the materials in order to make your commune to the abyss.
Para, is the La Sombra phone a secret? Or do other people know that the La Sombra phone is a thing?
I mean, every clan has a phone. Every clan
Okay,
has
let me put
a
it this
weird
way.
way to communicate with their side. I mean, the Tremere do it, the Venture do it, the Gangrel do it. Torador really don't do it. Bruja kind of do it through Moot. Yeah, they actually have like a whole ritual where they get together. That's like very clan focused, but yeah, I mean the Somber phone may be a little bit of a secret, but at this point, like, it can all just kind of be like, oh, it's an abyssal mysticism, or it's all an obtenebration thing. They wouldn't know the difference.
Okay. Alright. So I just need a mirror, or are there like components
There's
for
components.
this? Okay. Is it like a D&D spell?
Yeah, it's like kind of like a D&D spell.
Okay, I gather my components.
Mm-hmm.
I have some research. And I'm like, okay, let's seriously gonna hope this works.
Okay.
Should probably not do it alone though. So I will head on over to the parking garage.
Okay. Joy's like, who's that?
Going to the New Haven.
New Haven?
Yeah.
Oh, she goes into the back room, and then she gets like a plant. She's like, here, housewarming gift.
I hope it's a fungus.
You know he's gonna burn this thing, right?
It's not a fungus. It's a lily.
Not one of those plants.
No, it's not one of those plants.
All right.
It's grown using my blood. Give me my
Uh,
boy. That's my son.
Hope
All
it
right.
doesn't need sunlight ever.
Sunlight. Shoot it with a sunlight gun, dude. Duh.
I'll be back later.
Okay.
A parking garage.
I get on my bike. Just
Bite
put it
it.
between my legs.
Put it between your legs. All right. So you all, you go through a sewer entrance. It's just like on, like near Olive, right?
Should we be shown in? I mean, it's kind of an intricate process.
Or where's it nearby?
It's
Isn't
yeah,
it-
it's near. It's further north. It's like by, yeah, it's by it's by airport,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit south, but it's on like the other side.
Okay.
I forget the name of that street. It's like back behind Centennial.
Okay. So, yep, you guys are, it's like a office parking structure. It's only 2 stories. There's an elevator, it goes down. You kind of all meet at relatively the same time. You see Deck with, a flower. He's carrying.
That's just weird.
I have like a mirror and then just like a backpack.
And I have King.
Oh, I also have a little cactus.
What the fuck is this? Should I have brought something?
I figured like a housewarming gift. I didn't really know what Reggie liked, and I figured he already had the best of Tony Bennett, which is the one facet of his personality that I really know. So I brought a cactus.
Hmm. All right. This is fucking weird. Why are we at a parking garage? Wait, where are we? I don't even
Go
know.
to the elevator.
Mhm.
Beep 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 beep.
And then you go down rather than up. And then there's like a utility door that opens. And then you see like, white granite, sewer line.
What do you think the odds are that one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Nosferatu
This
is
is
watching us?
completely closed off. Like it doesn't open up into the other sewers.
Yeah.
It's been enclosed.
Okay.
That answers your question. So yeah, we'll just
Head to the
head
Haven.
in.
Yep. You want to describe the New Haven then?
And it's so the New Haven's like it's very nice looking. Like it's a little bit more pretty than the other Haven, but it's still not like covered in TVs and opulent. But it's underground. There's a big cross over the entranceway. Like and it's like a holy roller kind of church, so it's not like angsty in pain Jesus. It's like forgiving you while looking down on you from the cross. Jesus hangs over the door. The opening room is just a giant library full of like mostly political books, politics, but also like math, strategic planning, city engineering, everything you would need to know about how to build a town, amongst other things. Then you guys each have your own separate bedroom. It's very militaristic, like bunker-like, simple beds, like bunk bed, very calm, deep underground, deep underground. It's been closed off, doesn't appear on the city blueprints. It looks like there's not supposed to be anything here. And yeah, very, very, very military bunker-like.
The cross.
Oh, and then past the bedrooms is the war room. It's got a circular table with enough seats for everybody, plus a couple guests, and it's all just wall-to-wall whiteboards and computers.
Nice. The place looks good, Reggie.
Thanks.
Also, I changed my mind on what it was. I brought you a succulent as a housewarming gift.
I'm like, there's like no place for a plant.
I go to the I guess I awkwardly go into the war room and I just kind of set it on the table.
in the middle of the
But it-
circular table.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like slides it across like to get to the center. Like, oh, there you go, got it.
It's a little off center, and then Cooper looks back. It's like, should I? No, it'd be awkward if I wouldn't. I adjusted it, and then he just goes back to everyone else.
You see, what's this? Ivan just like, I'm attending here, so let me know if you need anything. I mean, that way is where the armory is at as well. I've been moving all that stuff. Reggie's been keeping me busy.
It's a nice place.
I hand him the lily.
Okay.
Put it somewhere.
I'll go put it in my.
All right. I mean,
It's not really a plant-friendly kind of haven.
Well, that's why I figured the succulent would be good. It's really
there's-
hard to kill them.
There is
Sure. Cactus
room
is
in your
also hard to
rooms
kill.
if you want personal stuff. The library is expandable, so if there's any kind of reference book you want, let me know. I'll get it. Now, right above us, and this was done entirely for your sake. Right above us is one of the biggest mega churches in Bakersfield.
Did I feel anything when I walked in or no?
no, you didn't feel anything.
So we're on consecrated ground.
Or under consecrated ground.
In consecrated
No,
ground.
we're in consecrated ground.
Oh, should be even more effective then.
I was like, huh. So maybe I will see D-Boy around these days, huh? At least I get some fucking time to myself.
I mean,
Nice place.
you feel a little bit unease, but it's not. It could just be your
Yeah.
headspace.
I know, because I'm just thinking like, well, at least he won't bother me here. I'm like,
Mhm.
well,
Right.
I won't have,
There's an emergency exit into the sewers in the armory. It takes a retinal scan.
How did you get all
And,
of our eyes to put them in a retinal
and,
scan?
Oh, we have to do
And
that now.
It's like,
and it blows out the wall. So don't use it unless we're getting attacked. Because you can't come in the other way. It ain't possible.
so
All right,
one way.
everyone line up.
Fantastic.
All right. The steward told me to hold the camera like this to your eye. It kind of buzzes out on Cooper, and he's like, hey, Chief, there's a problem.
It's our clan bane.
I don't think
Technology
Cooper,
has trouble picking us up.
I think Cooper can't register onto the ID system.
I mean,
Do you want
he
me
could
to
probably just
email?
disappear anyway.
Do you want me to message Stewart for another workaround?
You'll figure something out.
All right. Next.
I'll
I guess
step
I'll-
up.
Okay.
And he puts it in your eye, and then there's this flash. And then you see it all start encoding, and you see like your retina, and it starts doing all this little eye thing. And then goes up to Tony.
Oh,
Ow, my privacy.
and if the entryway detects an unknown variable, it explodes. So if you bring guests, bring them with you.
It's good to know.
Well, we shouldn't have the same problem we had last time.
Yeah, it's
True.
a lot more explodier.
Oh, also, if it detects a heartbeat, it explodes. So don't bring anybody living with you.
And don't blush of health.
Yeah.
Is that just the entrance, or is that the whole place?
Just the entryway. That's why it's that big, long, fancy-looking entryway. It hides all the explosives real well.
Wait, is it... If we bring a human with us, will it be fine?
You'll have to ask Stuart.
Oh God.
Okay. Well, until I know otherwise, I won't bring my
I'm
retainer then.
I'm sure we could probably specifically put in whatever's biometrics and have it not blow up if it's her.
That'd be fair.
So do we put King in there?
Yeah, King's not a human heartbeat. It
He
won't
is
blow up on
much-
animals, which might be a problem if we get attacked by werewolves. But I don't want a rat that happens to get under the under the
Yeah,
elevator
holy
to
shit.
cause my entryway to explode.
Unless you can Superman out of the roof.
I think
So
only one
loud.
person can do that.
Deck, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Takes a flash of your eye. He pulls out a cell phone, makes an biometrics for retainers, and looks at Cooper and is like, La Sombra problem. Sense.
Question mark?
Yeah.
We do have Joy cleared to enter too, as is the sheriff in case he has to come down here.
So
But that's pretty
humans.
much-
A handful of other people,
Yeah.
not many.
But yeah.
Yun and his brood.
Pretty foolproof then. No humans.
Only people we
Sorry.
trust. Don't need to worry about the ninja Nosferatu.
I mean, it's paranoid enough. I like it.
Very, very, very secure. That's why I gave that extra dot. You almost have 5 dots in it. Almost.
So, here's the thing. I've been thinking, and I've been talking with Stuart, and I've come to a realization. we're actively being held back from going after the real target here. We have kindred
Ramadan?
politics and mortal politics and ex-Sabbat or new Sabbat, crazy Bruja families and bloodlines and blah, 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 blah have all been in the way. So it's time to clear that road.
Gee, it's almost like we should have done a direct attack from the get-go.
On what? Are we gonna
Okay.
run into
so-
that cave?
Problems.
Yeah.
The entire sheriff's department is on the demon's payroll. There's a half decent chance the ministry's tacked on too. I mean, I know the ministry is going after. Oh no, it's not the ministry. That's Action and Faith. That's the Havak, huh?
No, that's
No.
Is that the ministry?
That's Childress.
Like, I know the ministry and the sheriffs are like feuding in court through their subsidiaries, but that doesn't mean they don't serve the same master. This could all just, I mean,
Could be
if
a
I was
movie.
trying to run two power groups who wanted to take over an area, I'd pit them against each other. Make them fight for my favor.
So we be
wonder-
for some.
I wonder if Valen reached out to Childress.
So,
Probably.
Derek, you know she did. Because remember, you have your mind's not Swiss cheese anymore.
Yeah, she definitely did.
You
So-
remember?
I remember everything now. Everything.
I'm guessing the
Pad
trip
and
back
paper.
to.
Can you tell me what happened after I went missing?
Don't make it
I don't
too
know, Michael.
accurate.
Tell me, because
So
I myself don't know.
So, the last episode of the Sabbat season, Davinia walked into the door with the Samedi, and she said parlay, Sabbat parlay. Hey, I'm Sabbat, you're Sabbat, we're all Sabbat. She said something along the same lines Dan is saying. Hey, we're distracted. The Anarchs are in our way. The Sedites are in our way. What is our goal? Get rid of the Camarilla. So how do we get rid of the Camarilla? Well, we have an Archbishop now, and we're working with the other Archbishop of Riverside, or technically Orange County, but and so Josh's character was left here to kind of watch over Peach's interests as like a safeguard to make sure that the Sabbat weren't fucking up here. The 7 were called back to Mexico City because that's when the Camarilla had come up from Brazil and they're making their way towards Mexico, and so they were summoned back in order to protect Mexico City and the region's interest in the Priscus Council. That's when like the magic that was holding you together was falling apart. And so you delegated a lot of things to Dustin, and you delegated a lot of things to Valen. And it's not that you don't remember, it's just that you were kind of dying slowly. So you knew that Valen said something about there was a great spirit that could be called upon, that Envy had taught her how to call upon a great spirit. But the problem is that she needed, like, Childress and the Sedites had control of an artifact that could do something like that. And so she basically went to the high desert. She was missing for some time. Greed was called back. Greed was like, well, I'm going to show her what's what. And then Greed went missing. So Dustin and everybody assumed that, Valen and Greed died. But you know that Valen was trying to use her influence to basically break into the cult and become the new cult leader.
She was trying to usurp Childress.
Yeah, she was trying to usurp Childress. Sedite's gonna Sedite, man, at the end of the day. So maybe she succeeded, or maybe maybe they're working together. That's the assumption you could make. Is that
And
something happened to Greed. Greed died. She wandered into the desert, and she hasn't been seen since.
Should we wander into the desert then?
Mojave's a big
Derek,
place.
do you share all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Man,
Well, that seems like a place to start. And I had another lead.
That's not where we're starting.
Well, before
I mean, you guys should go after this Valen thing. All the names of the humans that used to work for Locke, I have. We're going to dismantle them financially.
That's a good start. I also have another lead.
Okay. Point 2, and this is just something I need out there before we go. I'm going to do something that will piss off some Tremere. So I need your promise that you're not going to go telling any Tremere who might get pissed off.
I'm guessing he looks at Nick.
And Cooper.
I kind of know 2 of them.
Okay. Well, I don't think Joy would care so much because I think she's in the same boat-ish. But I kind of found out that there are these Tremere that know, like, computer magic.
Computer magic?
So I'm going to get a hold of one and get him to come help us infiltrate, crash, and destroy the social network set up by the cult in town. Like, techno-magically.
Wait, I've never
But
heard
they're
of that.
not-
People like that in the cam.
They're not in the cam.
Oh God! are you
That's
gonna talk
why
about
it might
Indiana
piss
people?
off the Tremere.
Ugh.
I mean, the other option is I talk to them, see if they'll train somebody and get them to teach it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Anarch Tremere are different from Cam Tremere, but in my experience, the Tremere don't like to teach nobody jack and shit.
And the Camarilla and Anarchs aren't exactly it. You know.
There is a ceasefire in Los Angeles, which is where some people who owe me some pretty hefty favors are currently staying. Just saying.
Well, I don't like Gideon, but it's a good plan.
And he owes me favors. I don't need Gideon to come here. He's not a Tremere.
You're a funeral. I wouldn't fuck with Tremere.
Well, the goal is not to fuck with them. The goal is to help me tear apart a cult.
I mean,
All right.
I don't know what to say. Like, all right. It's usually a shit show, judging by the way things go.
And you see, Ivan's like, so what is our stance with the Anarchs then? Because I know a few Anarchs.
Honestly, officially, Camarilla and Anarch are globally at war. The Scourge, they're on the Scourge's kill list, but from what I understand, the Scourge ain't exactly big on killing Anarchs. So as long as they keep their heads down, they don't have a problem. As far as I'm concerned, I kind of want a table with all the reasonable vampires, so at some point we can sit down and discuss, how to not make ourselves a giant beacon for humans looking for us specifically.
All right. So I had some thoughts since the last time we met up. I was thinking about Tony and Drepidon. And I was thinking, I was in torpor for about a year. And I went into torpor walking up to Drepidon's resting place in the Abyss. So I was much closer to him than Tony was. But for some reason, Tony was much more affected than I was by Drepidon. And I was wondering why.
Probably your connection with Oblivion.
Yeah, I figured it had to have something to do with being La Sombra or something similar to it. After all, the original tribe...
Maybe. I mean, maybe your clan's just a bunch of evil, hell-connected assholes that aren't fun to corrupt.
Thank you. So, but I figured that the original tribe that was here before, that worshipped Drepidon, they weren't just Gangrel. They were led by La Sombra. So I figured that so the logic is either Drepidon wasn't interested in me, which I don't think is true, because he's sometimes continued to mess with me after I woke up, although not nearly to the same extent as Tony. He had a plan for me, and that's a disturbing possibility that we should consider, or we have some sort of resistance to him. And then I figured that
if he's bound to the earth, maybe touching the abyss is a big, bad, dangerous spot for him.
But I think he's in the abyss also, because that's where, when I went into the abyss, that's where I heard the song the first time. But I realized something. So I'm about to share a secret that I would appreciate not super leave this room.
Pulls out a notepad, like.
At least I'm glad I inspired someone else to take notes. The La Sombra have a way of using Oblivion to communicate with each other. And I pull out the mirror and like a backpack and start pulling out like my D&D components for a spell.
And I roll this dice real quick. D20, yeah.
I can reach out to any La Sombra using this, and I realize there is one La Sombra who knows anything, or maybe not anything, but more about Tripodon than any of us know. Hatalaket? Was that the right one? Hatalaket. He was the chief of the tribe when the Spanish conquistadors killed most of them. He was the last chief of that tribe. And he was a La Sombra, and he's the one who gave me the tattoo. I figure if anyone's going to know anything about Tripodon, it's him. So I figured I could just call him reach out to him through the abyss, and try and get him to answer some questions. He's clearly not a fan of Drepidon, or he wouldn't have given me this.
Just let me get this right real quick. The La Sombra have hellphone technology? Like the whole clan has hellphone technology?
Probably.
Yes, that's how
like
the La Sombra
from here.
Yes.
With the whole communicate with sire shit.
Okay.
He's just like a very sarcastic. Like, okay, fine. I guess I'm crazy. So is this a two-way phone call? We're gonna hear this shit, or is this just us, you and him, or it's gonna be able to pop through?
You can add other people to the line.
If you open a hole in the abyss, can things come out of it like this?
Yes, that's my next question.
I'm not opening a hole part, right? Are I like more projecting my consciousness into the abyss?
It's no. It's letting the abyss flow into you, and you be connected to the abyss.
So it's not that I'm opening a hole into the abyss; it's that I'm connecting myself to the abyss.
So can some horrible thing that lives in the abyss come into you?
Look, I've spent a lot of time in the abyss, okay? I'm gonna be fine.
I'm doing fine.
Say, to be fair, he's kind of already been abyssed. It's kind of his whole clan thing.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just making sure we don't get like a creepy wraith thingy or a creepy demon thingy or like some battered werewolf thingy like popping into his body. I don't know.
Where are the guns? That's like my next good. Like
he
just
points over there to the armory.
Right, which one will blow a hole in a fucking T-Rex? Because I don't know.
You know, I've never seen any dinosaurs in the abyss. That's one thing I haven't seen.
I have. I'm just kidding. It's like.
So if you want, I can connect all of you to the abyss as well, and we can all talk to him, or just I can do it and you can watch my body.
I'll connect.
Yeah, I'll leave that to you.
Reggie?
He's just like, God damn it! What sort of crazy... Is that even a real question? Did you just ask me that?
Oh yeah, I'd love to take a little jaunt through hell. That sounds like a fine time.
I mean, I'll do it.
Well, that jaunt through hell was
probably need help.
It turned off your camera.
Yep.
All right, well, that was clearly sarcasm, so I guess it's just Tony.
No, need help. I'm sure.
Sorry, can you say that one more time? You were breaking up when you said that.
You're gonna need help, I'm sure. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking. Yeah.
All right.
So
You are more diplomatic than I am. So yes, I would appreciate the help.
I don't know. Judging from what I heard of what you did to Samis while he was fucking bound, you are not very diplomatic at all.
what are you
Davina
talking
deserved to
about?
die. There was no diplomacy.
No,
with Davina.
the what was it? His dad or whatever? You fucking comatose. He's in a coma.
Oh, him that I shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it lost control. It happens to a lot of vampires.
That's fair. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's also kind of a prick. So,
Also fair.
all right. Pard, do we have to like hold hands for this to work?
So no, you all gotta bleed into the silver cup.
Okay, so I got this cup, and we all have to bleed into it. And I know it sounds a lot like Valdry, but the difference is that I'm not going to say the same words as Valdry. It's a different set
No,
of
you're not
words.
offering. You're offering up to the abyss, not offering up to each other to free bonds from the antediluvian.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So I pass around a knife.
I mean, is it a specific knife? I'm guessing you have to
Yeah,
use a specific
it's a ceremonial knife.
knife. All right. Right through the fucking.
You just carry this stuff around in a backpack.
I think this is a
Want me to
one-time
carry it
thing.
in like a nice little wooden box that screams I'm about to do an occult ritual.
Fair enough.
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna say like moated.
Cut my hand, put my
I
blood in
just
stuff.
thought you had to take nicer care of this stuff.
Got any
It's all-
blood,
yeah.
by the way?
Just the tip. just cut a fingertip.
Mhm.
You're not gonna participate in the ritual, Deck?
Do I have to?
I mean, no.
Last time I was involved in a ritual, I think you know what that was.
I mean, we Valdried. That always went pretty well.
That's the ritual I'm talking about.
It's up to you.
I'll pass.
Okay. If you could watch our bodies, that'd be great.
Don't touch me.
All right.
Sure.
I start reciting. I'm assuming there's some words I have to say.
Yeah. So he starts reciting some Latin,
For this.
and then you see like the blood kind of like become active, and like it pours out of the cup and it crawls out and then it hits the mirror, and then you see like the mirror start to like smoke as you see like this black mist sort of like pouring out of it, not like flooding the room with smoke, but just this little tiny area, just like smoke is starting to like bellow out, and then very violently a shot of darkness kind of face hugs all of you who participated in the ritual. So Derek, you just see like shadow just drive on their face, and there's a minute of like and then they stop. And they're just like there's a minute of like resistance, and then it's
Whoa!
like
Like just a surprise.
yeah, it's like
It's a face hugger.
yeah, it's like a shadowy face hugger. Just it's very unsettling what you just saw.
It looks. It's just him and Ivan now.
Yeah, he's
I don't
like,
think Deck has ever been happier with his life decisions.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
Ivan's like, did you just kill him? Did he just fucking kill him?
I
Maybe.
flinch at first just because it's.
Par, let me know if anything that happens is different from the last time I did this.
No.
Okay.
No, you feel like you get like transported, and you two, however, make a willpower check.
Oh great. Do I have to put fortitude?
Yes, you can apply your fortitude.
Nice.
Yeah, I've definitely changed my mind about learning Oblivion.
I don't.
There's a
I don't-
part There's a little tiny like I want to learn it, and then you're like, nope, fuck
Never
that.
mind. Not happening.
You could just learn the first dot where you make yourself real scary.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted it for, but
So, you guys are just enveloped in shadow, and then you are seeing like all of these different, not even like just outlines and things that you would imagine is like the horrors of the abyss. And so that's why you guys have to make a willpower check, because the more you want to stare at it, the more you want to take the shroud away. You to see the unknown be known. It would kind of tear your mind apart.
Have I kind of been here?
You kind of sort of been here.
I'm a little less startled than I was the first time this sort of went down, but I'm still just kind of like, shit.
And you guys are all in. It's everything is muted. The colors are muted. There are some color, but everything is like TV tilt, like grayscaled. So there are no bright colors. You just see light and light in grayscale.
Okay.
And you're on a penthouse, and you see everything outside is kind of like in slow motion, but you see like the Bellagio water fountains that are shooting up. It's all in slow-mo outside. Reggie, you know exactly where you're at.
Why are we in Vegas?
This hotel ain't even here anymore. Yeah. This is why are we in Vegas?
I reached out to Hatalaket. I'm pretty sure the ancient Native American chief didn't have a connection to Vegas.
Because this is like the old Bellagio, right,
Yeah,
Para?
yeah.
Wait
It
a
must
minute.
be connecting to your mind somehow.
I think it connected to your sire.
But that it's
To my sire?
that doesn't make any sense. It's specific. You call out to a specific person.
Yeah,
Is it?
but the meeting place is in the abyss.
When I met with all those other La Sombra, what did it look like?
It was just like
Maybe this is just a shell of what we've envisioned.
it was the grayscale, but it was like a grayscale meeting room.
I think the La Sombra have better control over this. Because whenever I've talked to them, it was never like this.
Have you ever brought anybody but La Sombra in with you?
I've only ever done it once, and I went with Donna Maria.
Yeah, you could have warned us about the whole face hugger thing, but whatever.
No, you didn't even see it. I was way too fast.
Fuck. All right.
Oh, also, if you guys ever wanted to feel cold again, it's usually kind of chilly here. We usually don't feel that, so that's a pleasant surprise.
Let's make our way through the front door. Should we make an entrance?
No,
Time
you're
for your
in a
presence.
penthouse, overseeing the fountain. Everything.
Oh, okay.
And outside is in slow motion. It's like kind of like a wave of.
It's like a dream state where
Yeah.
you're like everything is like going in slow motion.
Yeah, everything's
Okay.
going in slow. Really fancy.
Does it have security monitors?
You look at the security monitor. This is like 1970s. So you see like the old CRT. It's
Okay.
exact.
So it's not the day Fatima came to Vegas?
No.
Okay.
This is like
So
when you were up and coming.
When I was young.
When you were young.
So where
So,
is your boy or sire? Your
Hatala Cat.
yeah.
He's not related to me. I guess we're maybe related in the way everyone from
You
one
hear
clan is
you
related.
hear card shuffling, like someone like.
In the room?
Yeah.
Who is it?
You see this very dark skinned, long hair, has like white face paint with like a red dot on the center, and shadows are kind of bellowing off him, holding his like his hunting clothes together, and he's shuffling cards.
Is it Halakala? I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you would know.
Is it Hatalakat?
It's a Holocat.
I go, is this a friend of yours or
This is him. It's good to see you again.
And he looks and he's like, "You brought visitors."
They're part of my coterie. They're also after Drepidon.
Yeah.
Sit.
I sit down.
so do I? Haven't played cards in a while.
He throws,
It's just regular 21.
blackjack, throws 2 cards, lays it down.
It's a rousing game of Go Fish.
No, it's blackjack.
It's Uno. So we can chill about Trebidon. Or should he be asking?
I guess the first thing I want to ask is, I kind of roll up my sleeve. Can you tell me what this is? What this does?
I told you what it was. It was the catalyst to Drepidon's demise.
But I feel like I can do something with it now. But Tony, I point to Tony. He had a vision of me accidentally releasing power to Drepidon.
I guess.
So you see Tony, only you two, Reggie and Cooper, you see him start to like get up and he's like, oh, he's like holding his sides, and like you see holding his face, and you just see like carapace start forming on his hand,
Oh shit.
and like you see his eyeball fall out, and you just see like gnarly like insectoid eyes start popping out, and he's just like, you see like his rib cage split open, and he's just like this grotesque insectoid vampire thing, and he's just like
What is hap?
and then it's like it's gone. It's just like,
I kind of look at like Reggie. Like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Tony, did you just feel something weird?
nope, you didn't feel anything.
No. What's up?
I look at Hatalakat. What was that?
He is changing.
Into what we just saw?
What did you see?
You
Never
turned
mind.
into like
Just-
a
Oh God. I turned
You,
into what?
bug man vampire.
Continuing of your corruption.
Well, at least I'm in a church, right?
Are you saying we shouldn't trust his visions?
He has been changed by him.
Trebidon.
The people we've been able to contact told us that it seemed like he was just damaged, not that he was getting these visions because of his contact with Drepidon, but Drepidon wasn't sending them.
Drepidon is like these cards, infinite possibility. But if you count your odds, which he like pulls out a dagger and like slams a knife into Reggie's hand. As you take a 2 subdual, and he flips the 2 cards over, and Reggie has blackjack.
So
You're trying to count. You're trying to beat Drebadon at a game that he does not play. You believe he is playing your game, Reggie. Actually, no. You please believe, and he says a name, but it's distorted and muted in your two's head. And you know exactly what name he tells you, Reggie.
What name?
Your name.
Oh. Oh, okay. The original name?
Yeah, the original name.
All right.
And
did
he
you get that? I look
and
at Cooper.
and he pulls out the
I
dagger.
shrug. So you're saying we need to take a different approach?
I'm saying you have to take the approach that has always been the approach. Sacrifice. Blood. That's all this thing understands.
So
Um,
gotta
Deck,
kill some
you
sheriffs.
see like Reggie kind of like tense up and he like clenches his fist and you just see like stigmata start appearing. Like a wound start opening up in his hand.
Like
Oh,
in the
shit.
middle of his hand.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just look at Ivan.
He's like, oh man, oh my god, why did I let my boss do this?
So the tattoo, should I activate it?
If you want to be here for all eternity, yes.
So it's basically just to help you keep it away.
So that's what it does. It binds him to the abyss,
Yes.
but I have to
Through
stay
you.
here with it.
Congratulations, you're a fucking padlock.
What about the katana that we have?
What katana? What? He doesn't know what a katana is.
Okay, can I project my own thoughts of Dex katana?
Yes.
To, like-
So he shapes the abyss. You pull the abyss and you shape it into an object.
This.
Can I do that?
It can sense Drepidon's
Holy.
corruption.
Um,
We've been told that it can kill it.
Your sword is vibrating, Derek. It's humming. It's glow-
I unsheath it.
It's glowing.
Mhm.
It's like,
Dude, what is happening?
What the fuck is going on?
Can we use this to kill Drepidon?
he looks at it, examines it. It will hurt him.
Can we send him back into hibernation, whatever he was in before he woke up?
Possibly.
Is he in the cave?
No.
Where's he located?
He gathers the cards, starts shuffling, throws, the whole set again. He's just waiting for you guys to take bets.
Whatever, I'll put the ante,
Okay.
whatever the minimum bet is.
Okay.
I go all in.
I see him and I'm like, haha, an asshole.
So he
You look bad.
Tony puts the minimum. Cooper goes all in. What do you do?
I put in the smart bet.
I'll put in half of what fucking Cooper is.
Reggie would know way more about gambling than I do. So
So the smart bet would be to fold because
He's counting cards.
because either you're counting the cards, but obviously
I know what I'll do. I'll put. Okay.
or
Because I can will that to be 21, but so can he, right?
yes. or you can split it and draw another 2.
Oh boy, this is not what I expected when I summoned Hatalakat. When you played 21 with him.
So what do I have as my 2 base cards? Are they both 10s?
Yeah, they're both 10s.
All right, yeah. So I'll split,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to try to will his cards to be a 15.
Whose cards?
Hatalaket's.
15? Okay.
That's like the worst hand for a dealer to get because he's got a hit and has the best odds of going bust.
Mm-hmm. So give me a willpower check.
I'll just ask him if this, or I'll say like, if this works like any other god, can't we just remove his, worshippers and then he'll lose power?
It's a critical, so it's 5.
Okay.
Oh fuck! I gotta pee.
TMI. So, give me a wits awareness, Cooper.
Okay. Four successes.
So, if this game is anything, it's you and the dealer, but it's also you and everybody else on the table, including the dealer. Reggie seems really confident about his next hand, and you're going all in. If you lose, you're out.
What's my hand?
Give me a willpower check.
Okay.
Because Dan says he wants the dealer to have a 15, but not a 21. Or Dan didn't will for him to have a 21.
Well, yeah, because I'm only again. I mean, it's the dealer versus
Yeah.
the table. That's how blackjack works.
But
so,
you're also but there's also other people on the table too that you can lose to.
no, that's not how blackjack works.
I know, it
It's
doesn't-
everybody versus the dealer.
Yeah, everybody versus the dealer.
Do I get fortitude in here or no?
No.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay, so you can will one thing.
I give myself a 21.
Okay. So
Man, I thought this was much more metaphorical when we started this hand.
So he places a card. Dan, you will that the dealer gets 15.
Hmm.
And then on the split, he draws 2 cards. And you get 20 on each. And then it goes to you, Cooper. And you get a 21. So you 2 beat the dealer. Then it goes to Tony. Tony, you pull an ace.
And a what?
And a 5. So
I'll
you're
stay.
looking exactly like the dealer.
I don't know. I'm not really invested in it anyways, so I'm just like, stay. Who gives a shit? I need to find out about this.
So you're not willing.
Thing.
You're not going to win against the dealer. You're both tied.
No. So then I just have to hit? No, he has to hit. If he's
You-
15, he has to hit no matter what, and then depending on what he gets.
Yeah. But he's waiting
Yeah,
for
I'll
you. Do you want to hit?
Nope.
He can
Okay.
just will the card to be 6 or less.
So you wait. You stand. He busts. So you win.
Exactly.
So you see all the lights on the strip go bright behind you. You guys, like, the radiant light behind you is just like blaring. His followers. What empowers him.
Exactly. I knew it.
So Reggie's right. We have to get rid of them.
So he works off of warship, basically.
Yes.
We have to
But
remove
also,
his. Oh.
your fear of him empowers him.
So any emotion, really, as long as it's felt. What about anger?
He is not. He is not an arch. He is not a Duke of Anger.
He's a Duke of.
He's a Prince of Gluttony.
Makes sense.
Get rid of so.
It's probably why he likes me. Because I like gluttonous things, like jewelry.
At least he wasn't a Prince of
Money.
Greed.
That's true. Although, what exactly? It would be. Then again, there's multiple forms of gluttony.
Yeah, they overlap a lot.
Yeah.
So get rid of the followers. Control our fear.
I will test your fear now.
Oh God.
I'm ready.
Okay. Tony,
Mm-hmm.
you are transported in a. You're in that line. Waiting to. Remember when Butch had you go collect money at the place where you got embraced? Where you guys
Oh
are waiting
God.
in line.
Just to get into the
Yeah.
all right, everybody file in.
Yeah. You're there.
Okay.
And then you two are in the same line.
And Tony's the bouncer?
No, Tony's
no,
in line
I'm just
with you.
one of the. Basically, it's like a quote unquote casting call.
Yeah, it's a
A
casting.
lot of people.
So you guys are all transported into like a room or outside. It's muted. It's you Dan, you know where this place is because you've been to Reno. It's in Reno.
It's just in a warehouse, right?
Yeah.
And I think Dan's connection just dropped him.
Yep.
I was gonna say, oh boy.
Everyone's
back
faces
memories.
are distorted. They're not really, they have no description, like no description. You're just kind of in like a line with like muted face people, but they're kind of all shuffling.
Besides what, Danny?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
'Cause
see
she's the-
Danny.
yeah, because she would be the only one that would be with me.
Are we wearing the same things, or are we dressed like according to the scene?
You're wearing the same things.
Mm. Oh. TC's ground to gun control to fade to top.
You're stepping through the door.
You back, Dan? Sort of. Kind of, sort of.
Colonel. Oh. I don't think it's being agreeable right now.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll guess I'll help describe it. Basically, it's a warehouse that Butch, who is a ghoul that I owed a lot of money to because, gambling. Hence why I didn't bet a lot, hence why I don't bet a lot, hence why I like to keep my money. I basically owed him a favor, and then he's like, hey, go to this place. All will be forgotten. Like, all the debt will be forgotten. And I was like, okay, you sure? And he was like, yes, just go. And he's like, and I was like, what is it for? And he's like, it's like a porn thing, like a porn. And I'm like, a porn thing? And then, yeah, I get there and I'm just looking at all these fuddy duddies like, oh my God, what is this? Like, this is a porn. Like, why is there so many people? Like, it's just, a lot of questions. What you can get. Oh,
Excuse me.
what you can get, I think on the Patreon, right? Because that was my character creation.
Yep. Patreon.com/outofordershow.
Hey, get that plug in. And yeah, and then basically that's where I met Danny, where she was some like what did she do? Sketching and artistry
She
and
was
all
a
that
dancer.
stuff. She was a dancer.
Yeah.
She did have a journal though, right?
Yep.
That she sketched in.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, so yeah, basically, I mean, this is where he starts going through my story. I guess is stand there.
Are
So
we
you-
next to Tony in line?
Yeah.
Can I see them?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Tony,
Oh,
what
hey.
is this?
This is the day I was born. The day I was born. Reborn, unborn, embraced.
Were you embraced by that one guy? I give the name of the Toreador interview that Donna Maria gave me.
I
Yeah.
don't know his name. Well, I don't know his name.
I describe
it.
him to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, that explains a lot.
And yeah,
He's dead. He's dead, by the way. If that interests you at all.
I think I got the news earlier, a while back. Not a while back, but like about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago now. From, friend of ours, yours mainly, ours, I don't know. Friend,
Which
go-
friend?
Envy.
Oh,
Yeah, she
that makes
paid a
sense.
visit in my head, extract memories, see how I'm doing.
So
Fuck
you
with me
see
a little.
Holocauste being Butch. He's like basically having you all walk in.
Well, Butch wasn't there. It was just
bouncer. The bouncer. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's
just a random big ass bouncer, and I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, okay.
So you see Holocauste, the bouncer, shuffling people in.
So I guess we go in.
Are you ready to face your fear?
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, because you're the first one in line.
Oh, great. Yeah, why not?
And go in.
Feel like I've done this kind of thing before. All right, I'll walk in.
So he walks in, and then you're pulled out. You're like, you're there.
What do you mean?
You're the face hugger shadow leaves.
Yeah. Oh shit! So I'm back to like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? What happened? No,
Deck,
no,
you
no.
see that the shadow left it.
How do I know I'm back? I always doubt these things. Like,
I potently flick him in the head.
oh,
Dude!
what the fuck?
Dude, he potently flicks you in the head. Your head hits the table. Like, oh!
I'm guessing he's behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're awake.
What the fuck?
Well, at least you're not like him. Yeah, I just look over at Dan's character.
Yeah, it's like
and have
shadow
the
face hugger.
hole in his hand.
Oh yeah, he has a hole in his hand.
Whoa, what the fuck? Is that how I looked?
Without the hole in your hand.
Huh. I guess.
Yeah, I'm so not touching that shit with the 40-foot pole.
I think I've already confronted my fears, so I think it was a moot point to have me in there. I'll adjust my tie and be like, oh.
You see Holocauste, and he's like, he guides another person in, and then he comes to you,
Cousin Cooper, yeah.
and he's like, "You made a promise to me."
Can you remind me exactly what I promised him?
Oh, great.
To save
Because in person, it was a really long time ago.
you were supposed to save his son.
Did I promise that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Who's his son? The one.
Dead.
Yes,
the
Camarilla.
person, yeah. The person Donna Maria killed so we could get in.
Oh, you mean episode? Oh, no.
He was lost to Drepidon before I could have gotten to him.
You could have saved him.
There's no coming back from that. I'm sorry. Really, I am. I should have tried harder, but at that point he was lost.
Clearly, you're not the chieftain I trust in.
I'm gonna kill it.
He grabs you by the hand, and it starts to burn as you guys start to see him like violently like shake,
Like Neo when he was in the
Yeah.
Matrix, and he's like,
and you see the tattoo start to disappear.
"Oh shit! Oh,
You're not worthy of this.
oh, that's rough."
You have no. You're spineless.
Oh shit! I know what's about to happen. Damn.
Are you trying to goad me?
No. There's someone here who can keep promises, and then he basically kicks you out.
Yep.
And then you're like, "Ugh!" and you're kicked out of your own spell.
Well, that was a surprise.
Oh, you have 2 ag, by the way.
Oh yeah, because your fucking arm is all.
Yeah.
Hey, your arm turned into a spaghetti.
And then he looks
Alright.
at you, Reggie. And you see like this black, like it's kind of like a white flame that has like black tendrils spinning around it. And he's like, do I have to give this to you?
I ain't La Sombra.
It doesn't matter.
How's it work?
Give me an instruction manual. What's the warranty?
It's a font. It's a piece of him. Once all his worshippers are dead, he will come after this piece. And then you will have to do what I did. Be stuck here with him.
Eternal damnation.
There's a better solution than that. I'll find it.
And then he just kind of like snuffs it out and he's just like, I hope so.
Oh, I will. I promise. And I keep my promises.
Then it's time to face your fear. As he points at the doorway.
I'll go through the doorway.
And then you're jaunted out.
So,
I look at Reggie. Did he give you the tattoo?
He offered. I told him I'd find a better way. You know what that tattoo is, right? Did you
Yes.
ever ask? It's literally a piece of the demon.
Oh,
held that.
that makes sense.
It's bait. When you get rid of all the demon's worshippers, it comes for that piece.
I
Like
kind
a
of roll up my
missing puzzle
sleeve.
piece.
I guess he's not coming for anything now.
No. But now we get rid of all its followers. Then we find it.
We use the katana to kill it.
And whatever the Banu Hakim can come up with to cast it out into hell so it can't come back. Maybe even Pride, if you can get a hold of him before he gets himself duped by Envy into some kind of death battle.
I mean, killing a demon of this level doesn't seem plausible. I'll kind of be honest.
From what I understand about demons, you can't kill them at all, but you can send them back to hell.
Yeah, we could just basically start them from scratch, then have someone else, I don't know, like, I don't know what, like, 2,000 years later, deal with it.
And maybe we'll all be dead, and maybe humanity will be dead, and it'll be a mute point. Either way, it's not our problem after that point.
Yep, that's all we can do.
I really should have remembered that he wouldn't like me. Yeah, before
I'll ask him why.
I forgot about a promise that I made him the first time we met.
Uh-oh.
Let's just say that bridge has been thoroughly burned, but we got the information we came for.
So remove his power base.
Muted.
Start with the body.
You muted Dick.
It's, and you don't have the seal anymore.
Which means you're
Yeah,
not-
so I don't have to risk eternity in hell.
The
So, yeah.
seal, the seal wasn't a good idea in the first place.
temporary solution maybe he thought up.
It's what he
Seems
did,
like
I think.
Seems like a dark dude.
My guess is it's some kind of like demon contract that lets Drepidon keep a piece of his power separate from himself for safety.
He was
And
the
the La
chief.
Sombra figured out how to use it to keep Drepidon trapped in the abyss with, that piece of himself. But that doesn't get rid of the problem.
It just masks it. Because now we got to destroy his power base.
You put him to sleep, he gets back up again eventually.
Yeah, like I said, in maybe 2,000 years, 4,000 years. I mean, how long did it take him to get this strong? Had to have been before us.
About 400 years, 450. That's when he woke up.
Yeah, but he was here that whole time.
That's
We
true.
send him back, he ain't gonna be here to gather followers. He's not gonna have a cult remnant to remember his name.
I mean, unless someone knows his name coincidentally and
Well, we kill all
decides
those
to...
people.
Yeah.
And then I erase everybody else's memories of him. Problem solved.
All right.
Or Cooper does. We get somebody with Dominate
No
to
more...
just write him over.
No more side quests. Destroy it from the fucking... Where do we start? I mean, we know Chad is the shit show leader, or at least one of the
His
ringleaders.
His mom.
Well, how do we find her?
We destroy their financial security. We destroy their stranglehold on the city. Politics, groups, charities. Not just their actual holdings. We go after their investments, their companies, their stocks, everything.
I mean, it also makes sense why Chad is such a fucking hoity-toity fucking rich, spoiled rat. If you think about it, he is kind of gluttonous.
Yeah.
Kind of. This is gonna be a long battle. But hey, we got to start somewhere, right?
At least we know we have the goal.
Yeah.
We know what we have to do to get there. And I pointed the katana. We've got we've got the tools we need once we get to the finish line.
All right. So, what now? You guys want to go hit a club or something, or what? Get some
Wasn't
drinks?
there a meeting?
I think that's
And then you hear a slow clap.
who's that?
Is it Hatala Cat? Are we
No.
still in a vision?
No.
Oh.
That all sounded very quaint.
Donna Marie.
No.
Pride.
Yeah, you see like a ninja kind of walk in and he pulls his shroud off and he takes it off and he's like,
Tired of fucking ninjas.
but you forgot envy and all this.
What is she gonna do?
She's going to unleash hell. And
It's not just her, it's the Black Hand, too.
Oh, the fucking vampire werewolf.
They've been going around. Also, hi, Pride. Good to
Yeah.
see you again.
Oh, great. more. Wait, I've seen this guy, right? This is three-eyed guy.
Yeah, it's three-eyed guy.
Not in person.
Yeah.
But
I heard about him.
My apologies, Reggie. But I have mastered the art of infiltration, and I know all Stuart's tricks. Please forgive me. As he, like, bows.
Man,
Already need to beef up security.
to be fair, none of this shit is activated yet. Or it is, but it isn't. Cool.
Dan, you still there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
Sorry. He bows slowly and he walks over to Cooper and he's just like, it's been tough, hasn't it?
yeah. It's been a rough adjustment. But I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Walks over to deck.
Pride.
I think we can lose that moniker now.
Then what do I call you?
You can call me Sorotora.
Alright. So what brings you all the way over here?
I listened to your plan, and I want to be a part of it. I am your weapon.
Good.
Well, we could use all the help we can get.
I believe at the end of the day that these mortals, as much as we try to disable their finances and disable their trusts, there will be blood that will need to be spilled.
Yep.
Oh, I agree.
So I'm at your disposal. He bows again.
You're a little too polite, you know that?
Don't be rude.
It's weird being bowed to.
Belliana will be excited to see you.
It'd be nice to see my pack once more.
So I've got this. I open up my folder. Donna Maria and some of the other Exabot in the Camarilla have been tracking this Black Hand squadron, or multiple Black Hand squadrons. They've been going around wiping out anyone that's betrayed the Sabbat. Tony, that's what happened to your sire. Here, I point to the article on Reno.
Mm. What was his name again?
It was Vergaldi. It's like Peter Vergaldi, something like that.
Yeah, Peter Vergaldi.
It's the Vergaldi blood. It's the Vergaldi bloodline. That's like they betrayed the Sabbat and they came over to the Cam. They knew flesh crafting.
Oh. Do I know flesh crafting? Jesus Christ.
No.
Okay.
So there's a very high. In fact, I would just say guarantee Envy's working with them. Well, but there is the chance. We don't know who put Davina in the flower. By the way, Pride, we killed Davina.
Well,
He looks around and looks at Deck.
Reggie.
Or Sorotora.
Well, no, he looks at Deck because he expects Deck to do all the killing. Good job, Deck.
No, it was him. I point to Reggie. Get a flamethrower.
You're proficient with the flamethrower?
She screamed right before it was done. Kind of brutal, I'll be honest.
I know my way around.
Got it.
I think Envy put her into this flower thing that was connected to Drepidon. But I don't know why Envy would do that. I thought Envy wasn't a Lilin.
I don't know what Envy's plans are. point, she's probably a lunatic. Or maybe we're the lunatics.
I don't know. From what I've heard, she can turn into a fucking
A
dragon.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
she can.
Man. Oh, God.
So we use if we want to stake the dragon, we use that. We finish that trebuchet Stuart was building.
And we can use that minigun.
I will follow up with the Black Hand. I think you need to focus on dealing with the demon.
I agree. I just wanted everyone to be aware of it.
One
I'm
at a
here.
time, then.
I'm here to be your vanguard. There's no more distraction. We are destroying this thing. And then whenever MB comes, we'll be ready for that too.
The only thing that I think we should consider is that Envy is working with Trepidon somehow.
Maybe.
She sent Valen into the desert, and Valen was corrupted by Trepidon. So we might not be able to consider them as separate issues. Again, I think that we should go with Reggie's plan of taking them down. And we shouldn't let this get in the way, but we need to keep it in mind.
I came here with the Sabbat to root out the Cam and to destroy the Tremere. But so much has changed now.
Wait, you came here with the Sabbat?
Yes.
Oh.
Not right now, but the first time
okay.
he came here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm missing. I'm like, what do you mean? Would you just get dropped off? See you guys later.
Actually, I'm Envy.
I was Envy the whole time.
All right. So, I'm guessing you're good with the sword?
Mm-hmm. But I'm also proficient at a bow.
He's a good leader too.
That man's a good leader. Points at Reggie.
I mean, I don't even know you, so I don't know what you scale things on leadership.
He was the leader of the 7. For context.
Yeah, they all ended up so good. They're in much better place now.
Stewart is now working for Reggie. Beliana is with her kind. I believe Donna Marie is really entrenched in your court now.
Yeah.
Who
She
else
fit
am I-
right into the cam.
Who else am I missing? Gluttony's missing.
Greed is dead.
Greed is dead.
I heard Envy consumed Gluttony. Kind of ironic. And that's everyone.
I'm much of a talker.
I would like, if I can set up somewhere.
Stay here, is what you're saying?
No, not here. If any of you have a place where I can conduct my rituals, that'd be most appreciated. I would ask you, Deck, but
I have an undisclosed location outside of town.
but you're currently with the whore.
Currently with what?
Called Joy a whore.
Oh.
Hey, look, I know I don't know you very well, Pride, but we don't kink shame here. Unless that was a Tremere remark. Then well played.
Also, my new office is almost set up, but it's not as secluded.
I need.
So I don't know how well that would serve your purposes.
You're still new to the Camarilla, correct?
Yeah.
So I venture if I were to be in anyone's territory, I believe the venture here would be able to withstand the blow black, would it not? If a demon worshipping Salubri would end up in his territory, who would be punished worse, you or him?
I kind of gestured her. It's like, okay. Reggie's offer was better anyway. Just thought I'd mention it.
Damn, dude. Insult to injury.
He goes over and he hands you a phone for you to input the disclose location.
I'll give it to him.
Okay.
It's actually not in anybody's territory because it's out
It's out.
of town. Yeah.
He puts it in his pocket. He bows and he you see him like pop his neck.
I was gonna say you should probably get put into the scanner, you know.
There's a thin blood there currently. Well,
Really?
he'll be moving on soon. We rescued him from the Second Inquisition.
Then I will ask him about the Second Inquisition. It is an enemy I'm not familiar with.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Do you need... I have some notes if you need some help catching up on what's been going on in Kern County.
He walks up to you. Cooper. Your strength is needed. If you feel like I've slighted you or insulted you this evening, it's not that.
But no. I don't think that.
I'm well aware of what's going on. And he points at his third eye.
Oh. I'm guessing he saw.
Oh, the abyss
Mm-hmm.
thing.
In your toaster strudel arm.
It wasn't an option I wanted to exercise. And yeah, it doesn't feel great to have let him down. But I actually do believe that I wouldn't have been able to save his son.
Well, he was going to die if he was in Sabat hands. He has fallen to the demon.
And he would have died in Camarilla hands. And my only other option to get into the camp would have been to kill Donna Maria.
And then he draws his sword and points at you, Tony, and he's like, be warned. If this creature falls, I will slay him. And then he points the sword at you, Deck, and he says, I expect you to do it before I show up too.
Slay me.
When Drepidon dies?
No. If he
No,
falls.
if Tony falls.
Okay.
I mean, I get it. But I'm not.
He kind of leans over to you and he's like, this is the Camarilla. They take threats so idly.
I am well
Yeah,
used to it.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, we're all just like jaded.
People give a shit a lot. Except for him. I point at Tony. Him less so. Not Tony, Reggie.
Mm.
Yeah, he's
Sheathes
the
his
golden
sword.
goose. What's he dressed like?
Like a real, what's the fucking? It's It's techno streetwear.
So he looks like a character
I'm
from
Googling
Cyberpunk.
this.
Yeah. It's like a big thing in Japan right now.
Oh, I think okay.
Like he has like a jacket that does like the full strap that like clips on right here. He has like
It almost looks slightly like it's got straps for the
Yeah.
sake of having straps.
yeah, the sake of having straps.
Huh.
Very baggy, like very baggy top in, very tight low end pants with straps and
Oh, does he look like
like
what's
the freshest kicks.
flashback Hanzo or casual Hanzo?
Yeah, like casual Hanzo, like flashback, like really fancy kicks.
Jesus, this guy's a fucking. This guy really is from Japan.
Yeah, he's like an urban ninja.
I mean, he's Japanese.
You know, but it's just like of all the places to end up in, this shit show.
I was
Well.
once critiqued by a Malkavian. He told me that my sense of fashion was lacking, so I took that to heart.
You look good.
Malkavian?
He was a prince, I think, or a knight. It's been a long time.
Whatever floats your boat, dude. Like. So, what now?
Now, I
Go to a
call
bar?
it. We call it.
I'm gonna go feed.
Yeah, you guys want to watch a movie? I feel like we never really just hang out.
Yeah, we really haven't like, hey, let's do something that isn't killing, conniving.
Why is
Dude,
everybody's
like
cameras
back-
going out?
I thought there
Is
was a
mine out?
meeting we were supposed to do.
Oh,
The
that's
Prime
the
meeting?
epilogue.
That's gonna
That's
be the
that,
epilogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good place to end the season. We're all gonna watch a movie together in our fancy New Haven. We have a movie night.
Oh, there you go. That was weird. I guess
I heard
a
there's
Bond
that new
actor.
Jester movie out.
I'm gonna go to a club and
Do you mean the Joker movie?
Yeah, whatever.
Copyright infringement. Copyright infringement.
So,
Shh, you want to get sued?
is
So
there
no.
anything you could
Jester,
I'll ask
the biggest villain in the CD universe.
the CD universe, the comic disc.
He fights TV's Catman.
God damn it.
Stupid cat man.
Stupid cat. No, I'm gonna end it there. I mean, yeah, you guys. It ends on a quaint, like nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. You guys have all, the next season plans sorted out. There's the big.
I know what I'm
meeting.
doing.
I half expected it to end when Pride was just like, and we turned out it's Pride, and I thought that was gonna end there.
I was gonna do that, but then I figured, why
it's
leave it
in
on
Pride.
why leave it on a shitty cliff note like that?
A stoic old vampire who speaks in fucking 3 words. Man, he sounds like Andre. He's like Japanese Andre. You Mustang. It's like, all right, time is money. Come on, we've got things to do. Fucking people to kill. Like, Jesus. Maybe that's just my character.
That is your character. Your character's like, come on, chop it up.
Like,
We gotta
come on, let's increase
Wrap-
the speed on this vinyl, dude. Jesus Christ.
wrap it up.
Yeah, 1.25 playback.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end it there. So thank you.
I'm gonna go to a club. Just gonna go eat.
You can go to a club.
Hell yeah, dude. Hopefully I don't run into Chad.
Aw.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. That is the end of season 1 or season 2.
Too.
Yeah. We have epilogues that are going to be rolling out throughout the end of the month, and then we're going to take a bit of a break so I can kind of recoup and start building on the season 3. And then there'll be more guests and more characters that will appear, some returning guests, and yeah, that will be it. As far as I think the foreseeable future for vampire until something crazier comes along, like werewolf or mage or changeling or whatever. Because I still love World of Darkness, but the next adventure is going to be D&D, my first ever jaunt into D&D. Well, as far as running a game, I played in plenty of Dan's D&D games, which are excellent. So I hope I either meet or exceed his expectations. But besides that, we're gonna do a post wrap up show. If you want to check that out, you gotta go to patreon.com/out of order, where you can be part of an experience. We do post wrap up shows. We do exclusive downtime scenes, which the epilogues will not be downtime scenes, but they usually are. They're live, but they're not posted on YouTube. They are locked away. So if you don't catch it live, then the only way to watch the epilogues is on Patreon. But other than that, thank you for everyone tuning in. Thank you for Roll20 for the retweet and love. Do appreciate it. That's it. Have a good one. Take care. And like always, be good to one another. And peace. Forever.
Ever and ever.